Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Vlogmas Day 10. Today I'm wearing the Jackson pullover. This is a recent make, as in I made it yesterday. I made it in large scraps of different fabrics. This is my first time making the Jackson pullover by Helen's Closet, and it will not be the last time. I love the neckline. I think this may be my favorite sweatshirt neckline of all the patterns I've sewn thus far. So I finished this. I wanted my first inaugural sew on my new serger to be something for myself and something that I would love. Check. And I did a tiny little bit of other sewing. I started on my Romy dress. I'd had it all cut out and I got as far as sewing together the center, front, and I started French seaming one of the sleeves on. I'm taking a little bit slow so that I don't make one of those silly mistakes when you're rushing and sewing tired and end up sewing a raglan sleeve on wrong. So I'm taking my time with it, just enjoying the sew. I think this may be my Christmas dress. I had wanted to sew either the Lyra or the Davenport for a Christmas dress, but I just don't see where I'm gonna have the time to do that. I love the fabric, I love the pattern. It's a new dress. It's gonna be my Christmas dress, I think. So today's gonna be a little bit of a chore day. I need to go to the grocery store and I need to make some sourdough bread. Yes, I am still making sourdough bread. I started making sourdough bread when everything was all closed down, and I thought, if there ever was a time to get a sourdough starter going, that was the time. We discovered that sourdough bread was good for Charlie. He's gluten intolerant, but we discovered that because the sourdough bread takes so long to proof, it's like a 16-hour proof, that he can really tolerate it if he doesn't overdo it. So I have been making sourdough bread for 2+ years now. I'll bring you along for little snippets of the day, but first, let's open gift number 10 from the Beyond the Pink Door Advent Calendar. So here we go. My sister did say she had a wax melt that I could borrow, so I can try out those delicious scented wax melts. The box still smells really nice. 10 is this big package. So whatever it is, it's in a box that has a little hanging flap. Let's get into it. Oh, very nice. I could use another one of these. It's a bobbin box. I try to separate my bobbins by type. So embroidery thread, 100% cotton, polyester, and they're getting a little bit overloaded on some of them. So I might use this for my Mariflex bobbins. So thank you very much. I'm gonna go down and make my tea and have breakfast with Charlie, and then I'll see you in a little bit. Here's Martin in his native habitat. As you can see, he's very anxious to go on a walk. So I'm gonna harness him up and take him for a walk. I've taken Clarice, that's my sourdough starter, out of the refrigerator first thing this morning to get her a little bit active. And I need to feed her so that she'll be strong enough to lift the sourdough bread. So I'm going to weigh out equal parts of the sourdough starter, water, and bread flour, mix them up, and then I will let her get active again, which will probably be about 3 to 4 hours. And so I'm going to run some errands this morning. Now this is something Charlie would not do for himself. And you've probably heard me say before, I don't really enjoy baking. But I have been doing this regularly for Charlie for 2 years because I love them. And there's so many things that he can't eat with the gluten intolerance that this is something I can do for him. Get a few errands to run. I'll tidy up the kitchen and I'll be back to this later. I had a delivery from Amazon today and this arrived. It is a wax melt warmer and it had a lovely little note in it from Adam and Darren. And what I truly love is I spent more time explaining to Charlie what wax melts are, what a wax melt warmer was, than on who Adam and Darren are, because he knows who y'all are. Thank you so much from both of us. I'm going to end here so I can plug this in and try out my wax melts. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.